Good morning, everybody. We are starting Sunday's filming a little bit later than usual, but we do have a lot to cover throughout the day. In this one, we're looking at two very interesting pieces. One of them is regarding synthetics, and one of them is another piece on something which I find very interesting. I want to share them both with you, and of course, we do want to go on to evaluate them at the end, as usual. So if you do enjoy, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Do share it as well if you can, but of course, remember, this is my opinion and nothing more. So we're going to dive straight in, and we are coming over to Twitter first. Now, this has been posted by the user whose username is listed here, and of course the app for that is Dorfan41, and it's basically a repost from Charles Gasparino, and then it goes on to evaluate it. So Charles originally posted this: breaking, people close to AMC theatres looked into ape claims of synthetic shorting, and have found no evidence. I will discuss this with the company's new business model, and it goes on to talk about where and when. This was posted on the 1st of April, so there you go. Anyway, only 12 minutes ago, the user who again we have looked at just over here has gone on to post this. It's a very short piece, but it is important, and I think it is something which we should pay attention to. Now, it says this, so obviously replying to the users listed above. As it says right now, Adam Aron said that retail owns 90% of the float. Again, he did not say that, he said that retail owns more than 90%. So again, more than 90% is an undisclosed figure. Above 90. Could be 91, could be 150, who knows. But it isn't 90, and again, that is one thing which, whilst it is a large figure, people do kind of underestimate that and always say it is 90 bang on. And if I do recall correctly, that is not what Adam said. Anyway, it then goes on to say this: with Fidelity reporting that 54.6% is owned by institutions and mutual funds and insiders who likely aren't trading it daily, Ortex showing a 20% short interest, we are looking to see about 690 million, and the question is, where is that weekly volume coming from? It just doesn't make much sense when we look at the whole float of AMC. And again, that is a very good point, and again, the chart for this is shown over here if you do want to see it, of course. And that is definitely a very, very good point. The volume for AMC in the past week or two alone has been very, very high. And with it being this high, it does ask a lot of questions. Now again, pointing back to synthetics, it does point a few things out, because again, if apes are holding, if mainly the funds, a lot of them are holding, again, some will be selling and doing other stuff, but if most funds are holding, or at least some funds are holding, and of course, even if it wasn't the case that funds were holding, even if only apes were holding, why is the amount of shares being traded on a daily basis so high? And even on a weekly basis, it becomes even higher, and on a monthly basis, even higher than that. It does point to the potential of synthetics, because again, if apes are not giving up their shares, and there are a limited number of shares, the volume on a daily basis should be limited to the amount of remaining shares at a maximum. But of course, when we're seeing this volume, we are seeing AMC shares, all of them, technically being turned over in relatively short periods of time. And that does beg the question, because again, if apes haven't sold, how can the float be traded so many times? It just doesn't make much sense if you ask me, but that's just my personal opinion on it. And these two tweets from the 30th of March do go on to, further outline the point that I was saying. Now, Dave Law posts this. It says, in the past 6 days, again, around the period of March the 30th, we're seeing GME trading over 96 million shares, or 1.5x the float. AMC, on the other hand, is trading over 830 million, and that is 1.6x the float. And again, this user, still holding my AMC, posts about the fact that in the last year, AMC has traded about 42 times its float. That really is a large number, and again, going back to that point, in a worst case scenario, if we're seeing these hedge funds, mutual funds, and all the like holding or even selling, even if they're selling, it just doesn't make sense that that amount of volume, that level of the float can be traded, in my opinion, in such a short period of time, when again we do have such a strong community holding. And again, whilst I'm not saying it does, because there definitely could be a reason, but in my opinion, I think it does point more to potential of something going on there. Now again, you may disagree, that is just the way that I see it, of course. Now, the next piece that I want to share with you is this. It's coming from the user on Reddit, some guy named Kyle F, but is a repost from the Masked Investor. And the Masked Investor is tweeting at the SEC. It says this: I implore that you take a closer look into the volatility halt that happened a few minutes into the market open on the 29th of March. Obviously, we've seen AMC and GME and the broker that issued, and the broker issues that ensued, the alerts from them. It seems like the blatant manipulation and thievery is robbing millions of investors. That is definitely very true. Stuff like this, in my opinion, does need to be looked into. Because, again, at the point that we are at now, there just doesn't seem any viable reason to keep AMC down. The fundamentals are drastically improving, and the same can be said for the technicals. And I think that is the problem that these shorts are in. But really, to carry on doing the same tactics as February of 2021 in this current day climate with AMC, it just doesn't work in the same manner anymore. And I do think it should be the case that the SEC and the appropriate regulatory bodies should be looking into this. And of course, maybe they are, as I've said before, but the evidence that we have seen so far appears not to be very strong regarding that. But regardless, we are going to continue to look at this stuff on the channel because I know for some it does seem monotonous, and I know for some it does seem like we are looking at, issues which everybody knows. I understand that, but some people do not know this. And even the people who do, we cannot let this stuff go under the carpet. This must be kept on the forefront of our minds so that we don't forget and so that we remember what we are onto. But with that, it is the end of the video. I must thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday, and I do hope to see you later for more stuff. But goodbye for now. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.